Hi guys, my name is Garvit and I very recently joined IIM Bangalore. I have been teaching for the CAT exam before this, so I believe I can give you certain snippets into what exactly goes in the CAT exam. It's more about a decision-making test. So if you're able to decide that you don't know an answer to the question, so skipping that is a very, very important ability that you would learn while preparing for the exam. Having said that, there still needs to be maintained a regularity in order to at least be comfortable with all the types of questions that appear for you.
Can you share one actionable tip which changes your perspective on how to answer quant questions?
Quant, as a previous engineer, I have learned is primarily solving questions by using formulas. But that is not what works in the CAT exam. CAT exam is a quantitative ability test. It's not a mathematics test. So the difference between there lies in the fact that analyze the question, visualize what is happening. If Ramesh is going from one point to the other point, try to visualize that. Visualization gives you a perspective or a way of dealing with questions which you have not yet seen while solving on paper. Minimize writing on paper. Maximize thinking. Your thought process on how to solve the question should have been pre-developed before you write anything down. That saves a lot of time.
That would be applicable for DILR too.
DILR as well, yes. And it becomes very difficult in that because you have too much information, and in order to gather the information and make sense of it together is a difficult task, and hence it requires more preparation. And over the years, this section has been becoming a little tougher. So it's important that you every day spend time in solving at least one set. And that's all. You don't need to do much. There are hundreds of resources, thousands of resources maximum. You need to at some point of time say, yes, I'm done with my preparation. And that is when you decide that these are the two or top three things that I would do. And then I'll say my preparation is over. Confidence is very important, which you'll get only by doing this.
And also in DILR, even if you're putting in the data, it's all about how you represent the data. I think that would be a key of tracking that set.
For the exam, the data is already given to you in some kind of representation. It's more about making sense of it. And even if you come to MBA colleges, you will see that CAT is very easy because you just have to make sense of where the data lies. But here you have to make a story out of it. What does that data mean? So that's what you learn later. So once you are very comfortable with data and representation and making sense of it, I think it will become very easier for you to be a part of any MBA college.
And one last thing, actionable point for verbal ability.
Read. If you don't read, start with 5 minutes per day. That's the first step. Anything you like. Doesn't have to be newspapers. Doesn't have to be great books. It has to be something that you read. You need to inculcate a habit of reading. Even if you become managers after MBA, you'll have to understand how the competition is doing. You'll have to understand the industry better. Then all of these are basically reports. If you can't read and make sense of them, you would never. It's a strong word, but yes, become a good manager. So start reading. Just read every day. Become very comfortable with any sort of thing that comes your way. But start with something that you're interested in.
And how should one not lose hope during preparation?
Why are you losing hope? See, it's a process of fun. Yeah? And if at some time it is becoming taxing on your brain or mental clarity, then probably you need to take a step back. And it's totally fine. If not this year, next year. You need to be convinced that what you're doing is actually what you want to do. If you have a doubt, talk to yourself.
I think that is also because people think my entire year is wasted if I do not get something out of it.
I do agree, partly. But then again, it would be wasted if you do not take any action. You could do anything else that would, alleviate your resume, for example. You could take an internship, you could do some NGO work, you could try helping your parents or some family member in their business, anything of that sort. Or maybe just do a course that brings you closer to the MBA domain. That will definitely help you, if nowhere else, at least in your interviews.
If you had a younger brother who was writing CAT, one very honest, candid, heart-to-heart advice that you would give?
So I do have a younger brother. All the students that I've had are no less than a younger brother to me, or sisters, okay? So all of my advice comes very nakedly. If you do not want it, it is not for you. Not everybody is meant to be a manager, okay? We need people at the back end also who are good at that. You need to realize what you're good at. So if it feels at any point that you're not able to do it, then it probably isn't meant for you. Overall, I would say CAT exam is only like the first step towards getting your MBA. So also prepare for the interviews well. And the overall experience that you have during the process, I would recommend enjoying it, because if you don't enjoy, what's the purpose of doing it anyway?
And congratulations on IIMB.
Oh, gracias.
Thank you. This was super fun.
Yeah, for me too.